This is my favorite song.
Whoa! Wait, whoa!
I knew
Chill!
this man had great taste. Let's freaking
Yo, get
go.
the fuck out of here!
Nah, fuck you.
Get the fuck out of here! David Hype
First
2,
of
are you
all-
shitting me?
Nah. Fuck you. First of all,
So, keep playing back those fragments of time.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Heck
That's
of
part
a
of being
run.
alive.
Dang. There you go. And now for
And
the worst part of being alive. This thing was like in my DNA for the longest. I mean, it kind of just is. Like, I just go back to it. It's like, yep, I remember every single part of this hook. And there you go. My name is Giovanni Giorno, but everybody calls me Giorgio. And then Winnie the Pooh, like, his soul lifts from his body and it goes, and it, like, the beat kicks in. It's like he transcends. Hello and welcome everybody to episode 60 of the Unboxing Life podcast. We are in here and we are reviewing Daft Punk's 2013 release, Random Access Memories, everybody. My first album of time. So this is a bit of a throwback for me. New album to these fellows, my gentlemen here. Speaking of my gentlemen here, I have Fragments of
Segway
CB.
Kings.
Fragments of CB.
What is up? I am a fellow. I am a fellow of the Unboxing Life podcast.
Your boy Cameron,
Jesus
you
Christ.
already know. We got a game of Amo, aka Alex.
that's what I'm saying, man. We're playing games. We're having a great time.
Yes, sir. You know we did it. And we got 16 gigs of RAM.
Yes, sir. Shout out to me
Sir.
trying to find a PC to stream on.
Dang.
Nice.
There you go.
True.
And of course, I'm me. So I'm David. What's up, guys?
Lose yourself to Dave. Don't do that.
Yourself today. Yes, sir. So let's freaking get into it.
Let's absolutely get into it.
Oh,
Traditions.
I got the game of love right here. Dang, I didn't
Oh,
realize.
true.
Mm.
My boy is a walking bar. That's a bar too, because you have a drink in your hand. Oh my God.
Bar, get the bar. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Let's hop into our little traditions, our fun stuff.
Don't
An
minimalize
episode.
them.
Our big traditions, our significant traditions. Consequential. Dang, brother. I like the joke.
Get
I wanna
it.
Start off with the joke, man.
All right. You can start off with a joke. That's fine. This joke comes from the Reddit user, Guto8797. Shout out to you. But you see me, I'm wearing an Iron Man
Okay.
shirt, you know?
Okay.
Why do the Avengers like Daft Punk so much?
I don't know,
I don't
man.
know.
There's a lot to get. Yeah, what?
It's because they're up all night to get Loki.
Okay.
That one, that
That one hit in a certain way.
in a certain way. That was not one of Reagan's special moves.
Oh, damn.
We like it anyway, though.
We do to get Loki. Oh man.
He definitely wasn't. No, what was his name? Skyman UK.
Yeah.
Sky Guy
Sky
UK.
Guy UK. But
Sky Guy UK.
do you? Who wants to go next, man? What are we feeling? I'll throw a little track out there. Get mine out of the way.
Oh,
Yeah, I figured I would do. If you like this album, you'll probably like this track. It's "Gust of Wind" by Pharrell Williams featuring Daft Punk. It's 2014 off his album "Girl." Basically, like same vibe as this. It's like electronic infused pop, you know. I
is that the
think
one with
this-
Happy?
I think the
I feel like
album.
that's 2014.
I don't know. I mean, it was off the soundtrack of Despicable Me as well. I don't know.
Gotcha.
But
Very
this was on its own, I guess, as a single, and it's I think you'll enjoy this song if you like this. No doubt, it's a great, fun pop song. So there you go. Gust of Wind, Pharrell featuring Daft Punk, exact same vibes.
That is the one with Happy. That is the
Nice.
one with Happy. Yeah.
There you go, the happy era of Pharrell.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness.
Okay.
Song drives me insane.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that song.
That sucks.
I couldn't get with you there. Do we want to do the quote?
All right, fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quote the worst song on here by fucking far that it hurts me. It hurts me so much to listen to this that I only listened to it twice, and I've listened to this album like 8 times.
There's the right answer, I think.
All right, you already know it, bro. I'm not even gonna. All right, wait, just guess here, quick before I do it, because you know it.
Is it Doing It Right?
I was waiting for the D sound. Pause.
More like Doing It Wrong.
Doing it wrong. So yeah, it goes a little something like this.
Doing it right. Everybody will be dancing and we'll feel it right.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah, we'll get into it. I have some takes. Everybody will be dancing and we'll feel it right.
Oh my god, I hate this song so much. So yeah, that's my quote of the week.
Doing it right.
Nice. So you have just quoted all of the lyrics of that song. It's that's fine. I mean, it's fine.
But that's not necessarily a bad thing because
right.
Give Life Back to Music has like 4 fucking lines the entire time, and it's fire. So
you're correct on that. Yes. Well, as we dive into this album, let's hear about what the frick happened when it was released. That's on the sucker.
Well, before that, we got the Price is Right Unboxing Life Edition.
Oh yes,
I'll tell you that much. We're not going to play with Price is Right rules, so if you guess over the number, I'm not going to deck you for that. It's just whoever's closest.
Okay.
Boo.
So,
Trevor is a purist.
That's
according,
I like sub. Fucked up.
According to an article on Third Looks, Daft Punk's helmets cost a combined how much money?
Ooh.
Okay, so like cost, like what they paid to make them?
So they have helmets, they're like art pieces, and they have like all the electronics in them, and they have all the LEDs, and they do all that stuff. Like all that combined, what does that run you? The 2 helmets combined cost.
Not like a fan memorabilia item, like what they paid.
No,
for
like
it,
what they paid to perform in. Yeah.
I feel like I've seen this before, but it was years.
It can't be that expensive.
$25,000.
All right, 25,000 coming in from Alex.
I'm gonna go with my gut. I was gonna go $60K.
60 grand. Okay.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I can see them splurging on that.
I'll go 100K.
100K. The winner of this week's Unboxing Life Price is Right is Trevor. He was
That's how we do it.
$5,000 off due to the fact that the Daft Punk helmets cost a combined $65,000 according to this website. So yeah,
I was gonna say 65 too. I was like in the range of 60 to 80. Fuck.
Wow.
That's dope.
So yeah,
Nice.
those things are.
I could totally see them splurging that much money on them because they look clean as fuck.
Yeah, they're very nice.
Like that's their entire brand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
I know.
Yes.
dope.
Cool.
I like it. Is that it, or you got more?
I got more not to guess at, but just for the intro to the album. It was released in May 2013. It debuted at number 1 with 339,000 copies sold in the first week.
Nice.
Ended up going certified platinum in February of 2014, so less than a year later. And it was part of the 2014 Grammy Awards, where Get Lucky, which was the hit single off of it, the one you heard on the radio a million times over the summer of 2013, won Record of the Year as well as Best Pop Duo / Group Performance. And Random Access Memories as a whole won Album of the Year, Best Dance / Electronic Album, and Best Engineered Album Non-Classical. So
Nice.
cleaned up in a little corner there, for sure. Especially with Album of the Year. That's the number 1.
Yeah,
that's a big boy.
Sought after tab.
Pretty big cleanup.
So,
yeah, it's could be pretty easily described as a modern classic at this point. You know, influence. I think it's fair to say at the time it wasn't like the retro, like 70s, 80s throwback wasn't like a big deal in pop.
No.
And this was like the one that kind of reintroduced it. So
That kicked off around like 2018, I would say.
yeah, like definitely this wave of it. But there was some people who followed in the footsteps of doing this. You know, there was some throwback stuff like, you know, if you think about like the end of the 2000s, you got like Black Eyed Peas and stuff, and then you go to this sound, and this sound gets big again. That's a pretty big shift. Yeah,
it's kind of like fashion. There's always going to be revitalism. There's always going to be like those niche communities that want specific genres to come back, so they'll make it for an entire career, and then they'll have a hit single, and the rest of the world catches on. Like I feel like that's what happened with the Portugal the Man single. Like they were out for God knows how long. And then they hit it huge with that fucking song. That song was a crossover smash hit, like out of the fucking world.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Music is weird.
Yeah, so it's interesting too because this is like it's kind of a switch up for Daft Punk. They already had huge hits, but it was like house music.
And they had it was a handful. It was like techno, like trance, almost like They had quite a few hits, like All Around the World, whatever it's called, Around the World. They had One More Time. One More Time is huge.
Yeah.
I was listening to their older albums, and I was like, oh, I know this song.
Yeah, for sure.
This album's more progressive for them in terms of their sound.
Yeah, I mean, let's jump into it, man. It's an interesting album to get into.
Yes, sir. So how did you feel about it going in knowing that you already knew it? Like, were you well-versed in this album before?
Yeah, it's a crazy thing because like I had no context for how to listen to an album. I guess like the way I do now, I have like a way I sort of like I want to listen to it all the way through. I don't think I listened to this album and no idea what the flow of it was like or the sequencing. I would just like shuffle it, and I thought that was the order it was in. I don't know. So this was iPod Nano days when I was freaking listening to this. And it was, I mean, it lived in my library for years though, because I would have all the music I purchased just in shuffle. So this was heavily listened to album. So it's definitely like, okay, I remember every inch of this basically. But you like return to it and it's hidden nostalgia.
You have different ears.
Different ears though, yeah. Like the production, I can appreciate how well it's mixed and like the different integration of the instruments. And yeah, it's a crazy different experience. Like you guys, first time hearing it, I'm interested to see what your impression is of like each track. 'Cause this thing was like in my DNA for the longest. I mean, it kind of just is. Like I just go back to it. It's like, yep, I remember every single part of this hook, and there you go.
Well, I'll tell you, it took me on a journey myself because I had it on in the car and I was feeling the vibes, and then it made me want to go back to. I went back to and listened to Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, and then it made me want to listen to Stronger. So it took me on a whole different journey of music. So yeah, it was dope.
That's dope. Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed the first time I heard this album. Okay. I was expecting house music the way that their previous albums. I don't know if that's technically considered house music or if it's just like techno or whatever you call it. There's a lot of genres of that.
Yeah, they were like genre blending. I mean, they started out in like getting plays in like French nightclubs, I believe. That was like
that's exactly how I would think a French nightclub would sound, which is fire. Like I love that kind of drone, mindless repetition. If it's a strong beat, I will listen to it for 7 minutes. Like,
okay.
Like anytime we go to we'll go to Disney Springs and we'll shop, and there's like a shop called Uniqlo.
Yeah.
And, And they just play like house pop music, and Rocio hates it because it's just soulless. It's just absolutely it's soulless music. It really is. But I love the thumping beat and like that. It's like really welcoming almost. It's like it's what happiness feels like to me in music form. So I don't know.
Okay. Nice.
I was disappointed with this one, man. I was cleaning my bathroom when I heard "Lose Yourself to Dance," and I can recall it literally like irritating me to like. I was like, why is this song not over? Like he just says "Lose Yourself to Dance" the whole time, and the way the cadence. But the cadence that he says it ain't fire, and I'm just like, yo, can you just like, come on, bro, like, come on. But I was disappointed.
So just in general, not even just first.
No, just the first listen.
Oh, okay.
Figure on me. That's why I said when I first heard it.
Okay, I could see that reaction. I was like, it's not like freaking. I mean, it's accessible and it's huge and everything, but it's kind of weird too. Like it throws some curveballs at you. Like
some, I feel like every other track is a damn curveball. Honestly,
Yeah, like the
The sequencing is all over the place. Okay, so you and I are literally like one and the same. The
Yep.
sequencing is all fucking over the place on this thing.
Yeah, that was one of my biggest realizations. Was like I said, I was shuffling. I didn't know what the frick album sequencing was. I returned to it. I'm like, what? Like
Yeah,
this makes no freaking sense.
They
Like,
track this one weird, man.
like they will sandwich freaking like touch in between two like dance songs, and then have like an electronic instrumental, and then have like a rap pop. Like you're just like, all right.
I never want somber-esque songs in the front of the album. So when you go Give Life Back to Music, which is a fan-fucking-tastic opening, oh my god, the way it goes,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, that shit is so fire. And then it goes to Game of Love, and it's like, why? What, Like
Yeah.
you just stopped the hype train so quick
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, I get you. It's, yeah. I feel like they have such a focus on grooves and stuff that they're just like, okay, we're gonna. I guess they just feel like the groove will carry you through. I mean, I don't know what their intentions are, but I get where you're coming from too. Because yeah, I mean, we're going through it already. Like, Give Life Back to Music just has that big freaking thing. It's always been one of my favorites on here, and then just that guitar when it just like I would go crazy to that, man, back in the day.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not talking about the dance floor. I'm talking about walking home, just bobbing my
The
head.
pimp walk.
The pimp walk for sure.
For sure. Put some of that in my step. Yeah, it's great. It brings the energy. Oh yeah. And then
I think
Yeah.
this is probably my favorite on here.
okay,
Like
I can
I
see
think
it.
the more I think about it, and it's weird because like this album, it's hard to latch on in terms of its sonics and to describe it, because for me, like a lot of the times I have to rely on where the lyrics are placed in order to jog my memory of where the instrumentation is. So with this one, it's nonstop repetition the whole time. So it's kind of hard for me to recall exactly how the album sounds. So some of
Yeah.
these I may have to like legitimately just play for like 15 seconds. Oh, that's the track.
Yeah, I get you. I feel like a big part of this album is like it's meticulously crafted, and they're doing a bunch of different stuff. Some of it is experimental and stuff, but it's just like if you can get into the vibe of most of these tracks, then you can play it in the background. You can play it paying attention to it, and it'll just be like a good soundtrack either way.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
partly why I love instrumental, like prog instrumental, where it's there's no vocals and it's just, the band going ham for however long. You don't really
Yeah.
have to pay attention to it too much, and it just kind of makes you feel good.
Yeah. For
Just
sure.
mindless fun.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Um,
What do you think?
I think I was in the same boat as Trevor when starting this up. I expected it to like excite me more, I guess.
Mhm.
Basically, I expected it to be more like upbeat, more intense, kind of in your face kind of stuff. But obviously, that's not what Daft Punk does in this album at all. It's more like fade into the background type stuff. There's still definitely songs that I like. I mean, you guys have already named a couple of them that I'm like not that fired up about, that I'll skip, that are just like kind of boring, honestly. To be harsh about it.
Wow. There's nothing worse than calling an album boring, honestly.
Not the whole album, but like certain songs.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but like the way you just said it, like
Yeah.
just boring.
Yeah, it is. It's a tough one.
Give Life Back to Music. I like the part that you guys are talking about with the guitar and everything in it. But the central problem I have with it is that it will, in like 2 or 3 places in the song, it like builds and builds and builds, and then it just like regresses back to the same loop. And I kind of want it to do more than it does.
Yeah.
But I guess that's my fault.
I think the
But-
groove is incessant and it's amazing on this track, but
Yeah, I don't know. I'm okay with it.
Okay.
it was definitely one of the better walking tracks on here.
Yes.
Like I listened to this.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think I
fine with
listened to this album like twice walking downtown, and I was like, "Bruh, this shit's
Yeah.
fire."
Good for that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's a strong one. And then Game of Love is, like we said, I feel like we could fall either way on it. We could easily fall off.
I could leave it, honestly. I think it's hilarious the way like his voice comes in at the very end where he's like, "Me, I just want it." Like, me, I chuckled at that every single time I heard it. Me, like,
I just want to stay.
shut the fuck up, man. Just, honestly,
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel that.
Me, like,
Yeah, I would
dude,
be.
I don't give a shit.
I would be surprised, honestly, if anyone was like super hot on this song. I have grown to appreciate it. It's still it's not one of my favorites, but
It's fine.
It's-
It's decent.
they-
It's there.
yeah, it's kind of like, you know, we like the simplistic lyrics. It's sort of an example of if you get into like the mellow groove and like the they use a lot of live instrumentation on this album mixed with like electronics. So I
Yep.
feel like you hear some of that, like the brushing, like drums and stuff on here, which sounds really nice to me. And I can catch the mellow vibe, but you know, it is what it is.
I definitely
Yeah.
don't hate it, but
Even though it's Alex's namesake, it might not be our favorite one.
It's okay. It's okay.
yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, that's fun.
We know it. But
On
then you
to
go
one of the stronger
Giorgio by
tracks?
Mordor.
Giorgio.
Mordor.
I fucking
Yes.
love
Not
this
Mordor.
shit, dude.
Mor-
Dude,
What
this
is it
is like
called?
it's Giorgio by Morador.
Marauder, yeah.
Mordor. It's not the freaking Middle Earth, okay?
No, Marauder, yeah. It's like three syllables.
Mordor. Yeah.
Yes, dude.
I usually hate not that I hate. It's like the first time I listen to an album, I'm like skits are fine,
Mhm.
but then when I listen to it multiple times, it gets on my nerves. And like that I'll constantly go back to that Benny the Butcher album where it's like 2
Yeah.
minutes of fire and then it's another minute and a half of skit that doesn't do anything for me after it. This one, I love it, man. I will never skip this, man. The way he takes you on this journey of his 60s and 70s like vision for his music, and then it loops like he's basically talking on beat, like in the background. It builds up very nicely, and then he's like, and then I needed to click, and so we put a click, and it just goes right into the song, and it's almost like a class.
Yeah, which this is a guy to get a class from, because I had to like find out more about this dude. He's like one of the pioneers of like disco and literally like one of the fathers of electronic dance music. Like he's talking about
his Wikipedia says the grandfather of electronica.
He talks about like, we had the synthesizer.
Yeah, I know the synthesizer. I thought you was the synthesizer,
which is the sound of the future. Yeah, it's freaking. This monologue is burned into my brain for sure, and it's pleasant for sure. I like his voice. I like how it just flows. Apparently, in the studio, Daft Punk like set up like 3 microphones, and one was from like the 60s, 70s, and they like went through the eras with what they set up. And there's like an interview with Giorgio Moroder, and he's like, he like apparently asked the people in the studio like, no one's going to notice this? Is anyone like, why do they do this? And they're like, yeah, they're not, but Daft Punk is gonna notice. Like, that's how much.
Yeah,
they're just doing it for them. Like, they are very meticulous with their stuff. Apparently, so.
I can definitely see them being nerds of music for sure.
Oh yeah,
especially with this album.
Yeah.
That was
almost
instrumentation
is enough to give it away.
Yeah.
That was almost the fun fact for the album, but I decided on the other thing, so I'm glad you brought that in there. Yeah, they used mics from like the 60s up to the 2000s for like the different parts of his act, and so I went back and I listened for it, and I was like, I guess, but like, so that what you say about like, you know, he said like no one will notice, but they're like, oh yeah, they care, like they want to do it for themselves is really funny.
Yeah.
Because it makes a lot of sense that they would do it not caring about it being actually like valuable, but just because they could, makes like a fun amount of sense. Yeah,
they know the difference. Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I first listened to it, I was very intrigued to what he had to say, and I did note that even when the beat started going, he was on beat. You know, he was on beat than some of these modern day rappers. You know.
Yeah, man.
Blue Face, baby.
About... Exactly. I didn't want to say it, but there you go.
Bringing Blueface up in a
kind
Daft Punk discussion is disgusting.
I mean, you brought it up. But yeah, so it definitely changes up a lot enough for me. But at first I thought that this has no business being 9 minutes long.
I think you're sorely wrong,
bruh.
I think this earns every fucking second, bro.
First time, yeah, I get that. I would always lose track of the length of it because I'm with Trevor. I
Yeah.
feel like it earns it. But
Yeah, I'm actually pulling
Yeah.
a Trevor here and telling you that I actually had no idea that song was 9 minutes long. I didn't know it was-
Good,
I thought it was
good.
shorter.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Isn't it wonderful?
Mhm.
It's fucking wonderful. And then there's a couple tracks on here where it's like half the fucking length, and I'm like, man, this song is way too goddamn long.
Yep.
yeah, you're saying the switch ups? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it gets pretty intense.
Yeah,
It
it's
gives
like
the ear something different.
The loop
Yeah.
itself is very hypnotic as well.
yeah. I don't know if you guys have seen the memes, but there's the memes of this track that have some like millions of views. Where like the most popular one is like this from this Winnie the Pooh movie where he's falling asleep, and it's like a 6-second thing, and it's like, my name is Giovanni Giorno, but everybody calls me Giorgio. And then Winnie the Pooh, like his soul lifts from his body and it goes, and it, like the beat kicks in. It's like he transcends.
It's like when the night beat switch happens or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, it's like the same thing. It's
Those
so
memes
good.
are so good, bro.
Dang.
It's just
that-
fucking-
That drop
Yeah.
is second only to when an Unboxing Life episode ends and you hear Trevor say "Peace out, baby," and then the outro
Dang.
kicks in.
Yes, sir.
Goddamn.
I forgot that you did that
Yeah.
until I like went back and listened to one of our episodes, and I'm like, holy shit, he still does it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Every time.
There's that, dude.
Every time.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
this track is fantastic.
Yeah, it's insane. It's progressive as frick. Starts out with like an instrumental, or I mean, there's electronic stuff. Then they like add on to the groove with live drums and like drum fills and like
Dude, okay, so this is that song. Okay, yeah, dude. I was walking downtown air drumming. I was like, dude, I can't, man.
yeah,
The
Bro.
crash cymbal and the fam, they just go ham with this drum, man. I'm so with you. I was trying to remember if it was this song or
Yeah.
another one.
it kicks back in like crazy. Like you already have like electronic, drum sounds, and it's like just that loop, and then when that kit just
Dude, oh my god. It's just it's almost like they just went into the studio, jam sessioned a few like different ways, and they're just like, all right, let's just mold this all together and we'll figure out the rest later. Just lay down the
Yeah.
foundation, we'll figure out a way to cut it together. To get it. What the fuck
Together.
was that?
Together.
together.
TOGEDDUR. Together. Goodness.
Goodness
Well,
gracious.
wouldn't have been an Unboxing Life episode without a wheeze from Trev, so I'm glad we got it in.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. That was a pretty
Okay.
high quality wheeze too.
Good.
Yeah, so I'm so glad that we're feeling this track and we're into it, because I was gonna have some.
Oh, I was gonna have some fighting words for sure.
We were gonna have word. Oh man, maybe you can have him with me later on. I won't disappoint you too much.
Okay,
I'm-
I hope-
I'm mad at this album because there's so many skips
Ah,
for me.
so you're talking about
So-
Within?
Within is a skip. I love I love the way they layer this piano in the very beginning,
Mhm.
and then it just cuts to his vocals. I can't do I can't do his vocals half the time, man. I don't know what it is.
Robot.
Yeah,
I can't
vocal.
stomach them.
I know what you mean.
I can't do it for
Mad
as much
cringe.
as there is of it. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
in this song, like I know like the entire album is pretty much repetition, but like I don't really dig songs that do verse 1, chorus, and then verse 2 is the same as verse 1. There's a few songs that pull it off, like Hold On, We're Going Home. But
Yeah.
I hate that. It's so lazy.
I mean, in this context, I disagree, but I feel you.
Okay. Why do you disagree?
Well, I don't think it's lazy. I feel like they know what they're doing, and like they're not really trying. Like none of these are supposed to be like this grand freaking story of anything, and like this is just like you get this feeling, like because personally, Within, I really do love it. Like it's kind of like a special place in my heart. I think this is like one of the first songs I wanted to learn on piano, which I didn't, but I started making beats eventually. So
There you go.
there you go.
There you go.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I think it has its own kind of beauty. I don't know. I really love the piano melody, and then like the chorus melody of just it's like a simple thing, but it's not like the lyrics are deep. But when you carry it through with that melody, I feel like it kind of hits home for me, and just sounds nice.
And
I'm
I
glad
never
you-
want to hate a song, so like,
I
don't
know,
take it
yeah,
like
yeah.
personal, but it doesn't hit me at all like it does for you.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
yeah. It
Yeah,
was.
Yeah, I'm kind of mixed about the whole vocals thing. I mean, I definitely respect that that's their bread and butter, but I don't think I can do it quite as often as they put it down. So I'm with Trevor on it. But I do like the song.
Okay.
I'm not
But
gonna
they-
listen to it every time it comes on.
Right.
Yeah.
They do that robotic voice well, though. Like, Give Life Back to Music is fantastic. When
No, yeah,
when they
do,
lay it
yeah.
down on like a more, I'm not gonna say energetic track because,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like, not a somber way of delivering vocals. I don't like auto-tune somber songs.
So yeah, I could see it being a sticking point. The biggest, or like the closest comparison outside of Daft Punk would be like 808s and Heartbreaks.
Exactly.
Or
That's
808s
exactly
and
what I was
Heartbreaks.
thinking about.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, maybe some inspiration there, which I'm a fan of. And these I could almost see like people thinking is even cheesier in some ways if they don't like that sound, but I guess I just didn't have that hump to get over. Maybe because it was early on in music and I wasn't used to anything else or something like that. But
Right.
I can vibe with it, but I could see it being cheesy or something for someone. Yeah, I get you. I'm a fan of Within though. The next song, what's going on here?
I was
Yo,
torn on this one
yo.
for a while.
Okay.
I'm
Yo,
still torn.
I'm gonna say it. This is my favorite song.
Whoa! Wait! Whoa!
I knew
Chill!
this man had great taste. Let's freaking
Yo,
go.
get the fuck out of here!
Nah, fuck you. First
Get
of
the
all,
fuck out of here! David Hype
First
2,
of
are you
all-
shitting me?
nah. Fuck you. First of all, man, this particular vibe had me feeling a certain type of way. I don't care.
Yes.
I don't care. I don't care, man. If it had me feeling a certain type of way in this song, in this particular moment in my listening life, I kept coming back to it. I was in the car and I'm like, I want to listen to this song, and I put the song
Nice.
on just because I was feeling the vibe. This is the
That
one I came
chorus
back to the
sucks.
most.
That chorus
Fuck you.
fucking
No-
sucks.
No part of the song sucks. This is
That
a
chorus
personal.
sucks.
I don't know if this is my number one, but this has always been a personal favorite. Easy top 3 on this album. I'm so glad Alex is a fan of this song because, yeah, I think this song is fantastic, and it is a particular vibe. Do yourself a favor, put this on a rainy day. If you're driving, maybe you're walking with an umbrella or something. You are feeling a certain way, and that's what's happening, man. That's that. You're just feeling that way.
Absolutely, yeah.
So let me just say, this song is definitely top 3.
Oh my god, y'all are crazy.
I like this one a lot. Honestly, it is a contender for my number 1, but I don't like it's kind of they're kind of cycle. Like David said, the kind of rainy day vibe for this one actually suits it very well. Now that I think about that, yeah, I don't know. It's a thing I vibe with. I definitely just have a good time with the song on in the background. So that's I'm chill with that. I got nothing astounding to say about it. It's just a good song.
Yeah, a lot of it could just, a lot of this is about the vibe on this album. Sure.
Yeah.
I think Julian Casablancas kills it. I mean, they have that's definitely something to mention. They bring in a bunch of different musicians and
Oh yeah.
artists to like collab
Absolutely.
and make the songs what they are. And oh man, I think he's great. I think the part what he goes like the take it, I don't want to sing it. The guitar solo comes in for like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
When I was 16 and I realized he was like talking to the guitar, basically like, I don't want to sing anymore. You take it from here. I lost my freaking mind, bro. I was like, yo,
That's awesome.
and that moment is like you have the 2 freaking buttons and you're sweating, that one meme, and it's like cry or nut, and you just smash both of them, man, because that guitar comes in like a mother freaker, bro. I'm sorry.
I will say the pre-chorus of this, if that's what you want to call it, is like I wish that he sang in that cadence like more in this track, because it's like such a guilty pleasure like note for me. It's really weird to explain, but I looked forward to that one part in the song, and that was the only part I really cared about. So I kept playing it because he does it twice. He only does it twice, but I liked it.
What
And
are you
it's
talking about?
he like the lyrics are, I listen to your problems, now listen to mine. I don't want to anymore.
Yeah. I like that too.
Just the way he delivers those lines. I don't know what it is. It's like a guilty pleasure for me, but
yeah.
that's the
For
only
sure.
part of the song I really gave a shit about, honestly.
Okay, I mean,
And then I looked at their Spotify, and this was one of the top 5 that they had on there, and I was like,
oh, let's go.
what the fuck?
People
So it's
get
probably
that
a me thing, but yeah, I couldn't give a shit
guess.
less about the song.
We'll just be chilling over here with our good taste. That's fine.
Fine, man. Yeah, that's totally fine.
I love seeing Trevor on the other side of the fence for once.
For once.
I have definitely been on the fence like before.
Everybody is susceptible to it, bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone is.
It's called music taste. Yeah,
no,
it's
I mean,
kinda-
I want to say this is the first time that it's been a 3v1 where Trevor's the one.
It could be. It could
That
be.
is that is true.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take away from y'all experiencing it
No.
because, like I said, there's at no point in my life do I turn on an album and say, all right, I only want to like 13 out of the 16 tracks on here. You know what I mean? Like I want to like every one of them. So that's why I listen to it 8 fucking times.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's definitely my mentality. If you can enjoy something, then you're winning. You know, if you know, you don't want to miss out on the goodness. But
Right.
sometimes that's your taste, and it's good to be honest about it. So for sure, man. I'm a big fan of "Lose Yourself to Dance," you fricker, and
I
think-
love. Okay, so let me just get it out. It's a lower tier. Get lucky. Like
I
feel like-
even down to the instrumentation is almost the exact fucking. It's like the exact same song almost.
I get what you're saying. I mean, they're like okay.
It's just a slower BPM.
They're
Get
like-
lucky's a slightly bit faster.
these are the vibe, but I think they just hit this groove so well, and it's just meaty and just.
It doesn't do anything for me, man.
Like you're talking.
Shut the fuck up. Like I
talking
just
about,
every fam. That line was not dope enough to sing it the same way that he did like that many times in the song.
It
Drove
just
me
made
nuts.
it dance to, man.
It's-
You're
I
totally
would
agree
trust
with
me.
that.
I love that. I would adore this song honestly if there were no vocals on it. If it was just the instrumentation, I'd be fine with it. Totally
like-
fucking fine
Come
with
on,
it.
come on, come on, come on, come on, come
Dude,
on,
that
come on,
shit
come on,
drives me
come on,
nuts.
come on,
It's
come
like,
on, come on, come on, come on,
it's
come on,
so
come on, come on.
It's so corny.
Everybody's dancing.
It is,
That
yeah.
It is so corn on the cob, bro.
Everybody's dancing on the
On the
floor.
floor. Ready for
That shit is
more.
corn on the cob.
Yeah, I'm fine with this song if it's in the
Yeah.
background and I'm not paying attention to it. But once I start like thinking about it too hard, I'm like, I kind of want to just skip this. But yeah, also sweat fetish question mark.
Sweat. That's come on. When
Yeah.
he hits that, and the guitar
I'm cool, dog.
groove, man, the bass.
Like the instrumentation is fine. It's just a lower tier Get Lucky. It's the same song.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
cool.
but,
It's
like-
fun. It's in the background for me, or it's whatever.
I'm skipping it.
Not that into it. Yeah.
whatever. That's fine.
Whatever.
It's not the
Take,
best
take
song.
the
on.
loss. Take
It's
the
not
loss
the
on
best
that one.
song on here. It's very simplistic on purpose. I understand. I was doing.
I feel like I'm gonna get my head bitten off for this next song too.
Oh boy. Well, I don't know.
Touch? Yo,
Touch.
I got
Yeah,
something to say
bruh.
about touch.
Okay.
What?
Because I might be a pleb, and I didn't know that Get Lucky was actually Daft Punk.
Wait. Yeah, wait. Stop. You're spoiling it. We're not even at the track yet.
No. He's
So when I heard Touch,
yeah.
I was like, "Yo, this sounds a lot like Get Lucky." Because I've heard Get Lucky, but I just didn't put it together that it was a Daft Punk. I'm like, this has a same cadence to Get Lucky, just the way the keys were being played.
So
Are you talking about
before you had your
Yeah,
epiphany
yeah.
that Get Lucky was a Daft Punk song, you listened to this track and you were like, this could be Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, I'm like, this sounds like Get Lucky.
Oh, you were
And
Wait,
Get Lucky came
you were
on
like,
right after.
oh yeah,
Huh.
okay, I said that wrong. Sorry. So you. So,
really
what I'm trying
confused.
to clear up is like
Why?
you heard this before you realized that Get Lucky was a Daft Punk song,
Mhm.
Exactly.
and you were thinking,
Are we talking
"Dang,
about Lose
this
Yourself to
sounds
Dance?
like." No,
No.
we're talking about Touch.
See,
Okay.
And you were
maybe
like-
I just heard like a completely different
So-
album. How is
so-
Touch?
So in his head, he was like, "Dang, this song Touch by Daft Punk sounds a lot like this song Get Lucky by whatever that band is."
I know, but where
Is that
the
correct?
disconnect is for
It has
me
a
is
sim-
how
there's a part where it has a similar cadence to Get
Okay.
Lucky, bro. I'm telling you.
dang,
I guess, but like instrumentally, it's totally different.
you're
Yeah,
kinda-
but just listen to the way the chords are played again, and you'll hear it.
You're kind of blowing my mind. I guess you're picking up on some phantom thread I never detected, but because to me it's like Lose Yourself to Dance, and then completely left field, different universe, and then like a very similar song to Lose Yourself to Dance.
Exactly.
Me,
Okay,
it's
so
almost
David's in the same boat as me.
To me, I don't know. To me, it's like
It might be that
entirely similar. I don't.
that Amo ear. I don't know, man. I mean,
I guess.
that's. I mean, you detected that they're the same. That it sounds similar, or that's them. So that's interesting. Dang. Okay. Well, do we like the song, or what's the consensus on Touch? I mean,
I like the climax at the very end where he's like, "You've almost convinced me I'm real." That's the best part of the song, and it happens at the 7 fucking minute mark, and I'm not waiting through. If love is the answer, you're home. Hold on. Shut up. There's so many shut up moments on here, bruh. It's a fine song for 3 minutes, and then it goes into another 3-minute sequence of just bullshit. I don't need it. I didn't need this song.
okay.
Yeah.
But I like that it's emotionally charged. Like it's
Yeah.
I like the theme of the song, but
Okay.
god damn, that choir is trash.
There is weirdly something I like about the choir, honestly.
The choir is one of my favorite parts of the song. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about it. I think because it's a choir. Like if it was just him singing the line, then it might be different as well. But like as a choir, I also like the line, hold on, if love is the answer, you're home. It's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of
I like it. And then 16 more times, it's like, wow, okay.
Yeah, so, it's like that's where like it almost begins to feel like hypocrisy when I talk about the other tracks on this album, is because I like that kind of repetition with that one.
But you like the vibe. It depends on the vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I like it. It's I don't know if it's what it's intended to be, but the concept of like I remember Touch, and it like they have the background music of like computer parts firing and stuff like that. It seems like some sort of like reality in which we kind of talked about with AI and stuff, of like the ability to transfer the human consciousness into computers, but in doing so you sacrifice the ability to like eat, smell, taste, touch, like all that stuff. And so like the song plays like it's returning the sense of touch to one of these like elder immortal humans who hasn't experienced it in a while, which is like a cool concept.
Like Trevor.
The lyricism almost plays like a musical, like he describes what's going on very beautifully.
I was gonna say that you guys have hit on like exact stuff I was gonna say. Yeah, to me it sounds like a song from a musical, sure, which is left field for me. But I think it's really good personally, because like Trevor pointed out, it's like it hits that emotional thing. I think it's an interesting concept, like Cameron was pointing out. Like I was always just thought of it as like, okay, yeah, it's like a guy in a robot body, and we got lost the sense of touch, and then I
love when it like the energy actually kicks in and kiss suddenly alone.
Yeah,
that's like, the most musical part for it for me.
It's a fine song until it gets to the choir for me. But
I love the tempo changes. It's very complex, and I like it all. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I like how I definitely like how it stands as a piece in and of itself. Like we said before, it does not work in terms of continuity or flow for the album
at all.
It's crazy,
which is like the theme of this album.
I mean, maybe it's more effective in that, right? That it like kind of there's a Bo Burnham special called Make Happy where he like goes from one bit into the next and then just like slams on the piano keys to like reset his momentum. He's like, you gotta earn it every time. It almost feels like they're doing that, where they're like, we're not gonna like coast off of if you liked that song or not. We're gonna reset our momentum. So I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely like whether or not that was intentional. I think that it performs that way. But yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that's well put. Yeah. Okay, I can definitely see it being this way or that way on this song. People could hate it. I love it. But yeah. Anyway, it is the precursor to Get Lucky for some reason. So the big single, the one at least everyone else has heard before this point.
Record of the year, 2014.
Yeah.
Didn't like the song when it came out. Didn't grow on me. Still don't like the song. Sorry.
Really?
Hate it.
Interesting.
Don't like it.
Wow.
There's someone else.
There's so many moments where it's just like you said, like hypocrisy with repetition. I can't get into Pharrell's deliveries on these tracks. I'm sorry.
I thought I was
Not
going to
for
get
me.
beat to death for not liking this track. I feel the
Oh, you
same
don't
exact
like
way. I was not I did not understand why it was so hype when it came out, and I was like
Wait. Before we completely shit on it, the instrumentation is fantastic. Like,
Yeah.
the feel of the song is great, but
which is why
That's
which
the
is why the
entire
song
song.
bothers me. Is
The
like
entire song
I
is
feel
the
like
That's
what?
it.
no,
yeah,
it's like
yeah, no.
yeah.
I mean,
So take the vocals off. That's my argument.
But they're not like. I feel like it's not a wrong way to listen to it, but I feel like it's gonna either way. It's gonna sound bad, but like I don't think you should listen to this like you listen to other lyrics at all. I don't think they have the same purpose in any way except maybe like
Yeah.
touch.
It's
That
yeah,
makes
but
sense.
They're
you
just
can't
part of the
though, like,
instrumental. They're just part of the instrumental. Like they're literally like Kanye mixing vocals into his beats, as far as I'm concerned. Basically,
No.
like that's they're not
Well-
meant to like give you any like ideas.
Oh,
That's how I-
I'm gonna say I envy you for being able to take it that way. Basically, is because
Yeah, I wish I
it's
could.
too
The
it's too
song
high of a
is
hurdle
meh
for
as
me to.
fuck.
It's too high of a hurdle for me to get over the way they're delivered and the way they are in the track.
Man.
Well, it's like I said before. I didn't know this was a Daft Punk song. I guess I just thought it was a Pharrell song or something, and then I didn't
Yeah.
even realize that the robot voice is actually Daft Punk. I just thought it was like a vocal effect he was doing or something.
like California Love or something.
Something, yeah. But it's catchy to me, and I don't want it to be catchy, but it is catchy
Yeah.
Why don't you want it to be catchy?
because his catchy songs is annoying, bro. Are annoying. Catchy songs are annoying, but
But a lot of music is
Goodness.
I have a
catchy
love-hate
in
relationship
various ways.
with this song because
Yeah.
I like it. I like a lot of aspects of it, but I also not feeling a lot of aspects of it. But I guess that's just the way it is.
I didn't think this would be the case.
I don't think it's a bad song though. Like you're saying.
I think it's a perfect song. You're like driving on a sunny day. It's just a great vibe for like 6 minutes or whatever it is, like 5
Sure.
thing. I don't know. I feel like I'm flabbergasted because Trevor would typically love this type of song. I feel like anyone like it's not like completely like creatively bankrupt, like Happy or something. Like if you're like that's
Yeah.
a similar vibe to that song. There's like nothing.
Creatively bankrupt. That's
That's
That's a pretty
tough.
good way to put
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
That
I
is
definitely can get
insane.
down with the song. There's a certain vibe that you'd have to feel that I would have to feel to put it on, and that vibe does exist for me. So there'd be times where I might say,
Okay.
I'm gonna get lucky. That sounded
Yes.
weird,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that definitely did sound weird. And I wish I had a mood like that. I don't ever see myself voluntarily throwing this on. There are so many other great songs that capture this sort of energy for me.
Okay.
This is another total skip for me, which sucks because this album's got like 5 skips for me at least.
Trevor's playing Levitating over Get Lucky 10 out of 10 times.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah,
Oh my
but
god, that ain't even a question. But that's an
fair,
apples to
bro.
oranges.
That's not fair.
Yeah, you
Not
would
fair.
play them in like the same playlist.
I'm throwing a wrench
Like,
in the work. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
But-
but I'm absolutely playing Levitate over that.
That's interesting. I mean, it's one of my favorite songs. You know,
Like I said,
Whatever.
that's great. I'm just here to shit on it. You know what I mean? Like, sorry.
It's fine.
Jesus.
That's interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well, whatever. We'll move on.
Whatever. And then it goes into almost like Disney princess instrumentation mode with Beyond.
Yes,
This
bro.
is to go
Yo.
even further beyond. Plus
Yo,
Ultra.
This is
Yeah.
I heard
It's-
this song and I'm like, this sounds like video game music. Actually,
Oh,
that
Yeah.
like 40-second stretch is gorgeous, and then
it is.
it goes into like a B-side of a Persona 5 song. This is like legitimately, this is like if Jeremy's listening to this, and Jeremy, if you listen to this song. It's called Beyond by Daft Punk, and tell me this ain't one of those fucking Palace themes. This is
Dang.
exactly like a Palace theme, but just slightly less quality for me.
Okay. So you still enjoy it, or
It's fine. Beyond Dreams.
Yeah, it's
I'm fine, man. The vocal delivery is yet another no-go for me.
it's my second. It's one of my least favorites. This is like right above Doing It Right for me. I've never been a huge fan of this, but
Okay.
you know they're trying to be inspirational. I guess it's one of their more lyrical songs. I guess because actual lyrics. I guess like that they're saying.
I don't do
like-
that.
No, I'm not. It's not
There's a
even.
handful of songs on here that have.
Yeah, it's not even a bad thing. It's like you have a few songs where they actually have basically don't, but you know,
You are the night, you are the ocean.
You are the light behind
Behind the cloud. You are the end and the beginning.
Yeah, talking about like creative process and feeling the
Yeah,
music.
it's fine. It's fine. I'm sorry. I know it took y'all like 3 years to craft these and mix them and shit just for some random fucking guy on the internet to shit on them, but song is mid.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan, but I don't hate it. I think anything on this album is not really offensive to my ears. I can put it on the background at least, but
I wouldn't even categorize any of these to be offensive. The only one that is offensive to me is Doing It Right.
okay,
Everything
well,
else is just like everything else is just a skip because I don't mess with the vibe. But that one was like, wow. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. But
yeah.
Beyond
Okay.
starts with like the most beautiful instrumentation. I want to make that very clear.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah. Okay, well, no big Beyond fans, you know.
No, I
Other
got
board.
nothing to elaborate on Beyond. You guys said it all, I think.
Gotcha. We got. They did not tread on your instrumental on this one, Alex. They got pure instrumentals on here, no vocals for people to get distracted by.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like
beautiful.
I feel like this has to be a trend, like where instrumentals are just more embraced because I look forward to instrumentals on albums. I'm just like Alex. Like I literally listen to bands that don't have vocals, like for a reason.
Yeah.
So this kind of shit just a-okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
Fans of
Okay.
Motherboard.
it has a lot going on with it too. That's the whole point of an instrumental. You craft it to have stuff going on, and it's always changing
Right.
in ways that harmonize. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of people do. That's gonna sound really weird because you can't really do music wrong, but a lot of people craft when they do an instrumental song. It's almost like they just basically write a song without vocals and that's it. Like you can definitely tell where the pre-chorus is, you can tell where the chorus is, and they don't allow their minds to like how. Does he say it in Giorgio, that song where he's like, once you let go of the idea that
Yes.
music has to be right,
Mhm.
then you unlock this power in you to write a song that breaks the formula.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people get that wrong, where they're just sticking to the confines of a pop structure versus writing an 8-minute epic.
Yeah, it's
Right.
it's interesting. Yeah, I definitely feel you. I think that's a big difference between a good and in our opinion, of course, a good and a bad instrumental.
Right.
And that's something that I don't know about you, Alex. I even think of when I'm making my beats, like
right.
the stuff I've sent to you, Trevor, that was like, hey, maybe you could like do something over this, is completely differently structured, like from stuff I make that it might not sound like it couldn't be a full song, but it's just like, okay, it progresses and then it ends and it doesn't have any chorus. And
Right.
it's definitely
Right.
I mean,
Because there's a difference between making an instrumental made specifically for an artist to be all over, than where it's an instrumental for you to just enjoy on its own.
yeah,
Let your creative juices flow.
yeah. You have a
I
lot
feel
of
you.
interesting stuff with instrumentals. And they do it on this for sure. Those drums are so like I appreciate now. They sound so like watery and like different from like some like a ton of drums I've heard before. Like they're so crazy.
This is one of those tracks where I can't recall a single note.
Okay.
But
get it.
I remember super digging it.
I got you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
I feel similar to that. You guys said a lot on it. It's solid background music for me. It's not, I think I'm like eating up every note. Like Trevor said, I'm not like reminding myself of like any singular small section that I liked. The one thing I'll say is I don't like where it gets like wet in the middle. Like it's like
what David
it's
was just talking about.
No, I don't think it's what David's talking about because I recognize kind of what he was talking about, but it's different.
There's like a watery noise, yeah. Where
Yeah,
they
it goes
pour
from
something.
static to like watery sounding static to like literal water, and I'm just like, like it's like dripping on me. I'm like, I don't know about that, man. Like I'm okay.
It's almost like someone's like flushing the toilet, like right
And then
next to you.
yeah. Like when I hate how you piss on the mic, that's kind of the same feeling it gives me.
I don't piss on the mic anymore. Get the
Not
fuck out of
anymore.
here.
You respect me, thank you. So yeah,
Fire the
so
script.
so after that transition, it gets fine again. But there is that weird transition in the middle
Fine
that just
again.
like gives me like goosebumps in like the fight or flight way, not the good way. So
Dang. Okay. Yeah. I get that. Yeah.
that's all
Choice.
for that one though.
Certainly a
try.
choice to put some water effects in there. Yeah, definitely good instrumental.
On to my other contender for my favorite song on here by far.
Ooh.
I was trying to remember. I was like, there's another, because like when I said "Give Light Back to Music" was my favorite, I was like, there's another one that like really hit me hard, and this one, if all the songs that had vocals on here were like this for me, this album would have been a like yummy for sure.
It's fresh and clean. It's fresh and clean.
Yeah, it was-
Dude, that chorus with the "I'll just keep playing back."
These fragments of time.
Oh my god! And it's so happy-go-lucky, like nonchalant, just happy.
yeah.
Like I'm so nostalgic, and
I was right with the world because I was expecting you to like this, and I was like, if
Facts.
you don't like this, okay, like what's going on?
you have to know I like this track. This is all over me.
I know. I got surprised early in the album, but now I got not surprised in a good way. So, I'm a huge fan. It's like a throwback pop vibe. Just sunny day. If you play this song, the sun gets at least 10% brighter, and that is a fact.
At least.
Man, you are having a good time.
You start sweating a little more because there's more sunshine,
Yeah,
and that's a good thing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun to air drum to this track because he just kind of switches it up, and there's a lot of fills on here. Nothing crazy, but enough to keep your ears, occupied.
Yeah, music is excellent. It just sounds warm and like bassy, and freaking drums are there, and just and every little like instrumental flourish they do, you can hear and pick up.
Right. Which is, it just goes to the creative genius of Daft Punk themselves, and I don't know if they mix their albums or if like they get another
I think that's
sound engineer. But
I'm sure they work with people, but I think that's a big part of it is they're very meticulous with their sound and mixing and everything. Which
it comes through.
Yeah.
Like you said, you can hear a bunch of flourishes that you wouldn't be able to hear on other albums because it would sound muddy.
yeah, I think this album is pretty much immaculately mixed and mastered. Yeah, Todd Edwards, shout out to you, of course, bringing through that
Yes,
vibe.
sir.
Great song. I'm glad.
I think my top three on the album in no particular order are this one, Fragments of Time, Instant Crush, and Giorgio. So
Strong top three.
I'm not comfortable ranking those, honestly. They're just they go in and out, but like we were just saying, the vocals and the instrumentation are both like crystal clear, clean. Happy is definitely the operative word. It's just a happy song. It's like 80s pop kind of a thing vibe to me. So yeah, it's just a delightful little song. You can never be mad at it, I don't think. So yeah,
which is cool because it's that happy vibe, but he's kind of like, if the lyrics are like times, and he's like, all right, I'm not
A
in the
little
happiest.
melancholy.
I'm not, a little bit of melancholy,
Yeah.
like bittersweet, but I'm not in the happiest time right now, but I'll keep replaying the memories that I made. And like, he even says like these random memories, like he almost says the title of the album, which I was like, so.
It kind of sums me up, like, honestly, like every single time I get to Sunday and because I have 3-day weekends, so I have more time to make memories if you want to be a little on the nose about it. But I'm always like, once 2 p.m. rolls around and then 4 p.m. rolls around on Sundays, I'm just literally looking back on like, all right, I had such a great time on Friday. I had such a wonderful time on Saturday. And now I have to go back to work.
Yeah.
So I'm just always like literally playing these memories back in my head. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else does this, but I'm kind of obsessive with like how much time has passed since I've had fun on a specific day. So like I'm always obsessed with the idea that it's like, oh, that was 2 weeks ago. oh, that was only
Yeah.
4 weeks ago, and
little
then next
bit,
thing you
yeah.
know, it's like half a year, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that was only last year, and then the year passes, and you're like,
Yeah.
you know, time
Yeah.
just slips through your fingers.
I don't
Yeah,
know if
dude,
you
we were staring down the barrel of 2020, and I was looking at my Snapchat memories today, and a year ago today, I had been in Miami again for like a week or something like that. And like when I first got back to Miami to finish, you know, my last 2 semesters of college, it was like, you know, this time is like ticking slow. Like we're never getting through this time. And now I look back and it's just a year ago. It's
Yeah.
been a year since then, and that's freaking crazy.
Yeah, I do the same thing as you guys, but like, yeah, 2020 and all this stuff like fricked it for me, and I just like, ooh, it feels like, you know, I think a lot of people can relate to that. It was just like, oh, okay, it hasn't been a year since that; it's been 2 years. You know, everything's
Right.
got a year added on to it, but
Yeah.
god dang,
Mhm.
yeah. So keep playing back those fragments of time.
Absolutely,
Hell yeah.
Take
that's part of being alive.
Dang, there you go. And now for
And
the worst part of being alive.
I love
You
you,
guys
David.
did that perfect.
Let me just say. Let me
Bam.
just say.
That's the second time we've done that.
Yeah, no.
Oh
let me
my
just say
goodness.
This is why we have a
The
podcast
way-
together.
The way the beat sounds, it sounds like if Busy Works Beats made this beat.
Fam, it's so goddamn. It is so YouTube type beat shit, bruh.
It's like if he decided to make a Daft Punk tutorial and he uses like the default trap drums
Oh my
my
god.
goodness.
as his
Yeah.
tag.
We're similarly to Lucifer. We are cast from heaven straight to hell, and we are freaking burning alive because they use the freaking standard 808 like modern clap. Like, hey, we were doing it, bro, and they have this like
It's
these dancey freaking tempo changes, and I didn't realize how bad the song was when I was like in my youth and listening to it. But I don't
and
know,
then you
man.
get Panda Bear, who just does literally nothing to salvage the song. Actually, it makes it fucking worse. Oh my god, I hate this song so much. I have yet to hate a song like this much, honestly. Like except for like I'm taking
Damn,
Eminem's
that's crazy.
discography out of the conversation. I hate this
Wow.
song so much.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Wow.
This song is
That-
ass cheeks.
It
I can't
I don't
believe
know,
it's on
I guess it,
Grammy
like-
award-winning album.
yeah, that's actually crazy cuz I guess it just does so little in my mind that there's almost like not anything to hate. It just exists, I guess, to me.
Mhm.
But that's honestly it makes sense the way you put
Dude, it
it.
literally
That you feel the way you do about it.
We keep talking about repetition. Are you shitting me? Are you
Doing
fucking?
it
You're
right,
shitting me, right?
Everybody will be dancing and me doing it right.
What were you thinking?
Bruh.
Oh my god! The stairway of
first time-
hell. Just do 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 do.
Goodness,
Oh my
I was there
god!
the first time the song came on for me. I was like, And then the second time I heard it, I was like, this might not be as bad as I think. And then the third time I heard it, it's bad.
Yeah, nah, fam.
As bad as you think.
Yeah, it's
This
pretty
doesn't have a happy
devastating.
ending.
Yeah, that I guess I like the part where it's like do 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 where that little like bridge.
I did like that part.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
like that part. Oh,
But
God.
I am not sitting here vibing out to this.
I think I listened to it twice, and like I said, I
Alright.
listened to the album like 8-9 times, so I was done.
Yeah,
On to
Yeah.
the closer then.
yeah, yes, indeed. Contact.
Oh, Contact. Oh, frick.
I'm a fan.
I remember this song being fire,
Yes, dude.
but Ear Rape 101,
Oh, damn.
man,
At the end, the last minute of it,
Minute-
yeah.
a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Picture the end of I Won't See You Tonight Part 1 if it was longer. That's the song.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's-
they try to incorporate what sounds like the sound of a object traveling at high speed through space or like through an atmosphere, and it's like that screeching sound of like the universe peeling
Unpleasant.
by you, whatever the fuck the verbiage is I can use. But it's just like, okay, this has been going on for a while now.
Yeah.
And I feel like the song builds up like it has a synthetic crescendo like a few times on the song, and it's
Yes.
like it's kind of tired by the third time it does it in the song. I'm just like, eh.
Hmm.
Yeah, I get that. I definitely think the freaking rocket, like you said, sounds or whatever the frick that is, like goes on for too long. I think it could have been mixed worse, to be fair. Like if it's gonna but it's still loud as frick and whatever.
Yeah, it was mad loud.
Yeah, but I'm a big fan of I like, if we're talking about like two pure instrumentals, I guess. I like this Mother is really, I mean, it's weird as frick that like this is like a retro throwback, a lot of dance songs, and then it's like, oh yeah, there's a instrumental around meeting aliens. Like, all right.
Yeah.
Right. I like the vocal snip in the beginning too as well.
Yeah, I was gonna
that's
say
nice touch.
it's exactly like the Giorgio track. It's like not a lot is happening there except for just the vocal or like the skit, as it were, in the front. But I don't skip it because it is fun. He's looking at it, he's like
And it adds
rotating
it adds
rhythmically
positivity to the song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like it's about 10 or 12 of Earth diameters. I don't know if that does you any
Yeah.
good.
Which
But
But
there's
apparently
something out
part of all of that is part of the like actual transcript from Apollo 17
I don't know.
launch transmissions.
Mhm.
yeah, it's like a
um,
real.
That sounded exactly like what I would picture it to sound like.
Right, right.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's like only part of it is 1-to-1 and then the rest is pasted in. I don't know what at a moon launch would be 10 to 12 lengths in Earth diameter. But unless it's
I
a
don't know
miscount.
if it does
but
any good.
Anyway, yeah, but I do like that part to begin with, and then it starts off and cruises for a while as like a fun like space type movie soundtrack. Like this one, like if we were talking about Touch as being like a musical kind of vibe, this one has like a movie, like a sci-fi movie type of vibe to it for sure.
For sure. Yeah, they use live drums really well. They catch a groove, but definitely like a different groove, and yeah, definitely soundtrack vibes. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Yeah, it's a weird, like very climactic thing that sounds different from a lot of the album, but is still pretty great.
A fine closer.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's an instrumental and not a subpar pop song for me.
Yeah.
Just wish it didn't ear rape me for a minute and a half. So
Yeah.
that's about all I wish.
Too
Like, honestly, you could just like skip the rest of the song. Honestly, like it doesn't really do a whole lot after that. So
You hear the alien bugs flying around it.
right. For another
As soon as it
25
starts
seconds.
screeching, you're just like, okay, we're chill.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, let's go.
GG.
Let's go back to bring life back to music.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say for there to be a track for it to loop back to, that's probably pretty good for in your opinion, Trev.
I agree.
Yeah.
She
Very
said
true.
she likes, or I don't remember the Drake line. Fuck it.
She said, "Do you love me?"
No,
Yeah.
no, it's the fucking Nicki Minaj song.
Only. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I agree.
And I agree. Yeah, that's all I like.
Yes, I'm with you, brother. So dang, this
Right,
was
I like my chicks BBW. Sorry.
Oh my god!
yes, dude. This was a heck of a trip for me, man. Freaking 8 years ago was I first bumping this. So I will say, it got me a little sentimental. Like, it's interesting to think back. Like right after this album, my second album I purchased was Because of the Internet by Childish Gambino.
Yes, sir.
And from that point till college, like halfway through my freshman year of college, I only listened to hip hop. So if I had missed this album, I probably would have never picked it up because I just listened to hip hop and I didn't go outside to any other genre. So I can say I'm very glad I had this like to expand my music taste like right off the bat. Even if I was going to go into one genre after that, like I appreciate that I picked this up when like I almost didn't basically.
So
Yeah, I like
it's a
it.
hell of an album to first purchase. Like that's a
Yeah.
like regardless of my feelings, I think it's pretty monumental in music history. So
Yeah, I can see why it had a big impact. It's definitely unique. It's unique for Daft Punk. It's unique for the music industry, especially at that time. So,
this was
for
their
me-
last album, right?
Yeah, it's their last album.
Sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're talking about them as they broke up. They broke up what, like 2 months ago? I feel like
Yeah.
yeah.
sucks.
You know,
I could have used one more.
yeah. Everybody says it sucks, but I always look at it like this is music we're talking about, man. It's so go with the flow style. Anything could happen, you know. People who say they retire, they come out with more music. Music is a state of mind that you have to be feeling. Sometimes you're not feeling, and that's okay to take a break. And then when you will feel it, you'll come out with it. You know what I'm saying? So they broke up. I'm sure. Maybe there'd be some unreleased stuff that haven't been heard that they might put out. Maybe they'll come back again. Who knows? You know, music is a flow. It's a lifestyle, and you never walk away from it entirely. You can always
you
come
can't.
back.
You can't. Once you get bit by the bug, it never goes away.
Mhm.
It'll come back eventually. But
Yeah, that's a good point. And just, you know, it's
Well
not
said,
like it's not the, you know, they chose to go out on their own terms. If they come back, cool. If they didn't, you know, it goes without saying they had a big impact on music.
that's
So,
kind of how, like, there's an idea that your debut album, you've written it your entire life up until that point.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that goes along with exactly what you just said, Alex, where the sophomore slump is a thing where you have such a great album, like first viewing, you had 26 years, you just released your album, you know, you had so many years to fine tune and all that. And then you sign this label deal and you have to pump out like 4 albums in the next, however many years, 7-8 years. And that sophomore slump hits you because you're forced to create when you don't feel that same flow that you were just referring to.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I always imagine what that's like, man. You're just like on a schedule to be creative and put out a whole freaking project that requires a lot of effort. And
Right.
imagine like you come out with something that's done and it sounds okay, but you really are not passionate about it. Like that must suck in its own right.
And it happens like countless times. Almost all your favorite artists, I'm sure, have gone through that one time or another.
Probably, yeah. But I think, you know, there's some that, you know, escape that and are really play the music industry on their own terms, and I think Daft Punk did that. And that's a lovely thing too. So
I just wanted one more. One more modern Daft Punk album would have been cool.
Yeah, you know, they got the
Would've been
Discog.
really
Yeah. So
But I am definitely going back. I listened to what is it called? Is it called Homework? What's the first album
the
called?
first one? Yeah.
Yeah, and then Discovery.
Yeah.
Those two are also as great as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I haven't really dove into
Homework.
there.
Yeah, it's called Homework. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get that wrong.
Cool.
Yeah, no, I think you'd enjoy them.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Different vibes from this one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go do your homework.
Go do your homework.
Uh-huh.
And with that, I
Okay.
think we should sign off. It's
We got to
after
score it,
midnight.
right?
Oh,
We're
true.
scoring it.
My bad. My
That's
bad.
fine. Yeah, so big album for me. Was great coming back to it, so I've loved this album the rest of my life, and I'm glad it held up. I give it a 8.5, I think. It has its flaws that are pretty apparent on certain tracks. It's not, but, you know, it's a great vibe. It's very well produced. Has some songs I absolutely love. Instant Crush makes it much better. Let's get it.
Instant push of the skip button.
Instant middle fingers up to you, sir. I don't know.
Dang, brother.
But I think I'm gonna do something new for these music box for me. I'm gonna let you guys know if it makes it on my personal playlist, if it's a type of album that I see myself personally wanting to voluntarily go back and listen to in the future. And I'm gonna start things off by saying, yes, this is one
Hey,
that I
okay.
will definitely be going back to for
That's
some
dope.
vibes, bro.
Awesome.
I'm happy about that, and I think that's a good measurement. I that's always a question in my head is like, which one, like, are we going back to these and stuff?
Mhm.
Nice, man. I'm glad.
I'm always obsessing over where I can play an album that I really like especially like a new album. Where like I go through it and I'm like, okay, I have like 6 tracks here. Now, when can I play them, and when is it gonna like maximize my happiness? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, planning it out. Yeah, for
you
sure.
gonna give it a rating or?
Just you're going with that as a
Yeah, I'm gonna just go with that. That's gonna be my new thing.
All right.
respect. What are you guys thinking?
It's a cop out.
I think it's a cool.
I don't know. I
You
could
bastard.
get reamed later on if I just say I'm not listening to this ever again. And it's a
Nah,
good
I
album.
mean, Yeah, I guess in that same vein, I think I didn't do it already, but I think the top three that I said, Fragments of Time, Instant Crush, and Giorgio, all go in playlists. Whatever those playlists are, usually Driving is the one I add most commonly to. And then I might revisit a couple other ones. Touch is fun in and of itself sometimes, just because it's like we said, a musical type stuff. It operates by itself. But then the rest of it, I don't know. It's not, I would rather spend that hour 15 or hour 13, I guess, listening to other music as opposed to just the highlights off of this one. So like as a project, it's not something I think I'll return to much, and without having to hit the skip button a bunch of times. Yeah, I think it's, better than average, good but not great, which makes it a 6, I guess.
Okay. I get it. Yeah. I think it would be everyone's personal vibe, so.
That's fine. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with us not gushing over an album every fucking time, because I feel like that gets old really quick. But yeah, I'm feeling Cam. I think I enjoy this album more than I thought I would on first listen, which is fantastic, and it's a win for me. Because I thought I was like legitimately like about to text. I was like in my head. I was like, "Can I tell them that I want to listen to another album?" Like I was like legitimately thinking that. I was like, I didn't want to come in here and just hate it and give it a hope that David fucking freeze. David froze. God.
David froze. You would get beat like a punching bag for that though.
Oh God. Okay.
David's back now, I think.
There you go. Yeah. So we're not gonna flag that, but yeah. I was. Did you hear that, David?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would have been rough.
Yeah. Obviously I wouldn't have like teared you guys away. Like there's 4 of us. It's not just me that listens to the album.
Yeah.
So for me to like it more than I did on first listen is great. I'll give it a solid 7. I think it has several skips on here, but the highlights are just really high for me. Like there's like 5 gems on here for me. So
cool.
Nice. Yeah. There's something you can. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I think that's the beauty of there being 4 of us. Obviously, we're not gonna like the same thing. So if you absolutely hate something, and that's all you own, own it. Come in here and say that you hate it. I don't know.
That's what I did, man.
Yeah.
Get lucky.
Dang.
I'll never get it. I never will.
We'll be out here.
Well, you never up
those
all
enigmas.
night. You get lucky, man.
It's one of those enigmas. Oh well.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, whatever our takes are, I feel like there's a lot to say. If we hate an album, that doesn't mean we, bad on the people's careers. So there's interest to be had. I'm glad everyone could at least take something from this, and it was a fun thing for me for sure. So
it made me a Daft Punk fan. Like I've been wanting to get into this group forever. Like I'd love some electronica. So like this is like one of the pioneers in their own right, and they're just incredibly monumental. They're a household name. So
household, very nice.
Glad to. Hey, I didn't do that on purpose, but there you go.
Nice.
Glad that we got into this band.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, it's been freaking real, everybody, and keep those random access memories on standby.
On standby. As Ram usually does, yes.
Exactly.
Yep. You know what? You know what's gonna happen, man. I enjoyed this album a lot. Whether you know it or not, they've had a lot of influence. I mean, they freaking influenced Kanye for goodness gracious. You know what I'm saying? So I'm interested to see how it would influence me in terms of making music. Or maybe I might have something be inspired by their sound, but
I'm fine with that.
We'll see. I may or may not be playing Instant Crush tomorrow when I get in the car or something. But it was great. I love.
Is that my Bring the
all.
Ruckus?
Yeah.
I think it might be. I guess it is technically. Yeah. If we're gonna assign each of us a song that 3 of us like and 1 of us doesn't.
Our hottest take. Yeah.
That is your bring the ruckus.
I'll take it. No one. I'm pretty sure if I walked down the street and told someone, "Hey, you like Instant Crush by Daft Punk?" they're gonna look at me funny. So
It's a big song.
I guess.
You said it was in their top 5, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Mm.
Oh well.
Anyhow,
Guys, stop
Alex, you were
talking.
finishing up.
Yeah.
Yep. I finished off with "I love you all."
Okay.
what I did.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, if you want to find us and start a conversation, you got the YouTube comments, you got them Apple Podcast reviews. You also can find us at Unboxing Life Pod on Twitter and Instagram or r/Unboxing Life Podcast. We monitor all of those and post on there, pretty frequently. So if you want to send us a line, communicate with us, all that good stuff, we're there. So hit us up.
Yes.
I think I'm going to be, ordering around my goodbyes, try something new, and so put a little positivity out there. And I'll end today by saying, just be kind and stay safe, everyone.
True.
Awesome. Yeah, I love the phrase "treat everyone with excellence." That's like a nice rule of thumb to live by. You get 2 rule of thumbs up. Glad that we got into Daft Punk. Like I said earlier, I think it's a monumental group. It's sad that they're gone. Hopefully they, have a reunion, and when they get that musical bug again. Until next time, you can also find us on Twitch at CB_LAZ3. That is Cameron. Good
Hey,
sir.
that's me.
That is Cameron. You can also find me, Takara Trove. I just hit affiliate last week, and we're fucking trailblazing out here. So we are absolutely putting in work. I stream like 5-6 days a week now. So come say hi. Drop a follow for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's free.
It is free.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with that, peace out, baby.